Oh, well, that was quick.
You got sat down.
And just like that,
And he took your
the mares are gone without so much as a goodbye. How's that for gratitude? Just a quick drop to the ground, and here you are, born smack dab in the middle of a wide open field in the American West. Mom gives you a few licks, then nudges you to get those wobbly spaghetti legs working, and a warm hug for the ground. A couple more face plants, and soon enough you're wobbling around upright, looking like a person trying on heels for the first time. You wobble over and grab your first sip from the unlimited milk tap conveniently located under Mom. Not exactly Starbucks, but it'll do. Barely a taste when the herd decides it's time to move, and Mom's off, so you follow her wobbly pace. This is your herd, about 8 mares, or maybe 9. And that old guy over there,
that's your dad.
That's the stallion, the leader and protector of the group. And he's also your dad.
Yeah.
By the way, you're not the only newbie here. There are foals everywhere, all looking like tiny, shaky adults just learning to keep their legs in check. You all start sniffing each other's noses and bumping heads in what could pass as a full version of a handshake. By the time you're 4 months old, you're starting to get pretty tired of milk, so you start giving grass a try like the adults. That first bite isn't exactly a breeze, but just as you're wondering if you'll ever get the hang of it, a weird, sharp smell wafts in. You flick an ear, glance up, and hi, Mr. Wolf.
Snap!
Before you can even think about turning tail, the stallion's already in front of you, snorting and stamping like a full-blown alarm system on 4 legs.
Pops.
The wolf pauses, sizing him up, clearly realizing that dealing with an angry stallion and a whole herd of horses is not on his to-do list. After a few seconds of maybe, maybe not, he slinks back into the bushes like a ghost. Well, didn't expect that to be so easy. All right, back to figuring out how to chew this green stuff. Days go by and you start picking up on the herd's schedule. Mornings mean munching grass, afternoons are for lazing around. Every now and then, you all watch as the stallion squares off with some pushy newcomers trying to take over the whole group. Life goes on like this until one chilly morning, something's different. A sharp bite in the wind, an earthy scent you haven't smelled before. The adults start moving, herding together with a sense of urgency. Winter's on its way, and the world's about to change. The grass turns dry and brittle, water holes shrink to puddles, and your carefree days are swapped out for long treks, searching for anything green and drinkable. Survival isn't just about how fast you can run.
Locked in.
It's about knowing the right place at the right time. Your little body's changing too. That soft fur you started with is growing tougher, thicker, and warmer.
Puberty.
A cozy layer from nature to help you brace for the cold season. Or, let's be real, just to make things a bit less miserable, since this fur isn't exactly winter armor. The herds huddle close, pulling you and the other foals into the center to shield you from the biting chill whenever the wind picks up.
Foals?
Now it's better.
Hey, fool.
You watch the older horses, hooves scraping through the snow to uncover the scraggly grass underneath.
All right, good nutrition.
You give it a shot, pawing with your little hooves, and a bit of grass for the taking. It's not much, but it'll do.
Do you ever just watch like animal videos or, anything animal related and just, thank God or thank whoever you talk to, or if nobody, then just thank yourself that you're born a human. Bro, they gotta eat grass and they gotta go south for the winter and they can't get Uber Eats and they can't sit on the couch and watch Netflix. Oh, that is not the life that I would want.
2 years later and you've officially entered your juvenile phase, but being grown up isn't quite what you expected.
Another wolf?
Life's starting to feel like a never-ending parade of kicks and shoves from the stallion. He's had just about enough of you and your buddies, too.
Oh, we're getting kicked out.
As the only adult male in the herd, he's not thrilled about having a bunch of young colts coming of age around him. So you've got 2 choices. Take him on for control or hit the road. All right, make your move. Good choice. Sometimes keeping all your limbs in one piece is the smartest option. You might as well say goodbye to your friend on the way out. Oh, never mind. He's already trailing along, kicking out just like you. Meanwhile, the young mares get to stay with the herd. Now it's just the two of you.
He wants to keep all the women.
And settling into your new bachelor lifestyle. Days are spent searching for food, facing off with wolves, and sometimes making a swift retreat. Then, one day, you stumble upon a herd of 5 other young stallions.
Hey,
new friends. You join up and form a bachelor gang, and suddenly life's looking a lot more interesting. You all roam together, hunting for food,
it's kind of cool.
Every so often, fights break out within the group. Watching these scraps becomes the highlight of your day as you sit back learning a few fighting moves and keep yourself out of the fray, until you're big enough to take your fair share of knocks. This bachelor herd has a pecking order, and it's based on strength. To climb up, you have to challenge the horse above you, then the next, until you reach the top. And that only happens after a lot of rough and bloody fights.
So you're not even gonna be in
let's
one
advance
piece
the
by the
story
time
a
you
little,
finish.
and you've finally become the strongest in the group. What's the next step? Finding a herd of mares and taking it over. Amazing. You're about to
Easy.
leave the bachelor life behind. You and your gang set off, and
It's time to
soon
grow
enough you
up.
cross paths with a pack of wolves. But they don't seem interested in you. They're actually targeting a herd with only one male. It's much easier to take on a single stallion than a whole bachelor gang. Makes sense. You nod politely to each other and keep
Okay,
moving.
yeah. He said
Wait
you
a
don't
minute.
even need to go
You're
down, bro.
both after the same thing, a herd of mares.
Oh,
Things
that's
just got
true.
interesting.
That's
you keep trekking
true.
over hills and endless plains. Oh, look there, a herd of mares ripe for the taking.
All
Their
right,
stallion
nice.
doesn't exactly look
He's
like he's in
old.
fighting shape, and your buddies are hyping you up. They know you're the strongest in the group, and they're ready to see you claim your prize. They're practically breaking out the popcorn as you warm up for the showdown.
And these
the
women
stallion
get
catches sight of you and
no say
knows
in
what's up.
this.
Game on. In minutes, the duel kicks off.
Come on, bro.
You're throwing hoof strikes and,
Get some
when
good hits in,
necessary,
man.
going in with teeth.
There you go.
Oh, right. He's
yeah.
got teeth too. Ow. It stings. The fight drags on until you've had enough. Usually about 5 minutes of back and forth. Nice try. Your crew are sizing up the other stallion's strength based on how you're holding up. Since you're the strongest of the bunch, they know their chances are slim if you're struggling. You head back to the group, covered in bruises and scratches. Close one, apparently. After a bit of recovery, you go after another stallion you find on
Nice.
the way.
Don't give up.
And, yep, round 2
Damn.
of bruises. Turns out claiming a herd isn't as easy as it sounds.
Okay, you
It's a
stay getting your
game of
ass
attempts
whooped.
and setbacks.
I think what's even crazier is the fact that like you had humans study horses in their natural habitat over many years to like fully understand what is going on for him to even make a video like this, you know? Like how do you know these horses are competing to be the leader of the pack? How do you know they want to go hunt down a pack of mares? Like clearly we do know these things, but we had to learn these things first. Like humans are pretty amazing sometimes.
You remember watching your old leader go through this until he finally won a herd. So
Oh.
each scar from these battles just toughens you up.
Yeah, it
makes
gives you
sharper.
XP.
Winter's
You're
here
leveling-
and
you're
the
leveling
landscape
up.
shifts. Food becomes scarce.
No
your
song
fur
woo.
thickens, and thoughts of sparring with other stallions takes a back seat to survival. You and your crew wander for miles, scouring for anything edible and drinkable. When the biting cold hits, you find shelter near cliffs, huddling up to stay warm. This goes on until spring finally returns. The heavy winter coat starts to shed, and your herd mates return to their sparring routines.
Just- they
As for
stay
you,
fighting.
it's back to the hunt for a stallion with some lovely mares to win over.
Every
By
day
age
you gotta
5,
throw
you
hands.
finally succeed, defeating a stallion and claiming his mares and their
Ooh.
young for yourself.
Nice.
Nice. Now you're the new
Nice.
stallion.
You
Your
put a
old group
mustache
breaks
on.
up, with the strongest taking the lead in your place. Welcome to your new life, with all new challenges. Now you're the
You
one
gotta-
fending
you gotta
off wolves.
defend
Having all
now.
these mares doesn't come without a cost. You raise your hooves and fend off wolves one by one.
Just
thanks to all the
slapping them.
skills you honed in past fights. They finally back off, giving you a moment's peace before you guide the herd to a safe spot with enough grass. This new life as lead stallion isn't quite the glamorous gig you imagined.
Yes, it's pretty stressful,
Protecting,
isn't it?
Finding food, guiding, and fighting.
A lot of responsibility.
Lots of fighting. Now your opponents range from wolves and mountain lions to ambitious young stallions who want your spawn.
He said, "I want a
The
round."
mares mostly keep to their roles, giving birth, caring for the young, and watching you throw down in fights. At this age, you're at peak strength, nearly unbeatable, and if you get injured, the mares look after you.
Ooh,
So
nice.
lucky.
Okay.
Winter rolls
Okay.
around again,
You got it
bringing
all,
fresh
but it is
challenges,
stressful.
long treks, and gnawing hunger. You lead your herd to the spots you think might
Water,
still hold
grass.
food and water, relying on the wisdom you've built over the years. At
Oh,
least
man.
in winter, you get a break from those young stallions, though there's the occasional wolf that still needs a reminder of
Gotta
who's
slap 'em.
boss.
Slap
You've
that
got
wolf.
this routine down by now. By age 12, you've fought more battles than you can count and roamed these plains so often you know every inch. You're starting to feel it, though. Your muscles ache and you're slowing down. But no one cares. You've still got to fight. This might be your last showdown. A young
Gotta
stallion
fight until
stands
you
before
die,
you,
man.
brimming with energy and ambition, his
Oh,
gang
gosh.
cheering him on. No sweat. You've
It
got
hasn't
thi-
happened, right?
Oh,
Ah,
that was quick.
You got sat down.
And just like that,
And
you're
he took your
defeated.
bitches.
The mares are gone without so much as a goodbye. How's that for gratitude?
Ah!
Now, for the first time, you're truly alone, wandering the
Oh my
same
gosh.
plains you once ruled with your herd. After
took
years
all your
of protecting
girls.
them, you're left hoping you can protect yourself. Winter's here. This time, I'm not so sure your body can take the biting cold, but let's find out. You push forward alone through the freezing winds, scaling mountains in search of anything green. You've got a bit of fat stored from the last
it's
season.
okay. You got something. You can
Hopefully
survive
it'll
for a
keep you
bit.
going. You keep moving until you find the side of a rocky cliff and settle down beneath it for shelter.
This is so
Remember when you
miserable.
used to huddle here with the herd?
Oh
all
my
packed
gosh.
tight to stay warm. Now it's just you.
Now you're
No one to
alone.
lean on.
Nobody.
Think they even remember you?
Oh, man.
Look over there. There's that old wolf you've taught a lesson to so many times.
Now you have
Looks
an
like he
issue.
might be back for a little revenge. And he's brought friends.
All right, this is
What
where
a way
you
to
die.
go. Dinner
is
for
where
a
you
bunch
die.
of mangy wolves.
All right, guys. Well, that was why it sucks to be born as a horse. I feel like this video educated me a lot about horses. But yeah, now you've left this video just a tad bit smarter. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I thought it was a nice change of pace, something more educational and funny at the same time. I can react to the other ones, but until then, my name is Prince O'Hawkum. Stay charmed, my friends.